94.7. The Drive.
Good morning, America. The new warning as that powerful new storm barrels across the country, bringing snow, rain, and ice. Airports shutting down, planes sliding off the tarmac. This new video showing just how dangerous those roads can get. And now 80 million Americans facing alerts for the next 24 hours.
A new twist in the shutdown showdown. The Senate now set to vote on dueling plans. As hundreds of thousands prepare to miss another paycheck, the head of the Coast Guard releases a defiant new video defending service members. And now the face-off over the president's State of the Union address, what he's preparing with just 6 days to go.
Found alive. The dramatic rescue of that 23-year-old missing for days in Boston. The new surveillance image and what we're now learning about the suspect in custody.
One of the busiest airports in the country shut down after a near miss with a drone.
We missed the drone by about 30 feet off our right wing.
The investigation underway.
ABC News exclusive. As Tom Brady heads to his 9th Super Bowl, Patriots owner Robert Kraft is here live. What he's saying about their chances and that hidden laser attack on his quarterback during that championship game.
And breaking overnight, Serena shocker. The tennis star knocked out of the Australian Open. Just 1 point from victory when all of a sudden this happens.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Everybody in the studio just went, ooh, ouch. But you know what? She lost 6 consecutive games from that point, but she did not blame it on the ankle. She gave credit. She was very gracious at the end to her opponent. But that was tough.
Yeah, that's a tough loss for her. We're going to have more on that coming up. We're going to begin, though, with a new threat from a winter storm heading east. Schools are closed in the Midwest this morning as some areas brace for up to 10 inches of snow.
The storm is leading to thousands of canceled and delayed flights, even shutting down an airport because of icy runways. Alex Perez in Chicago with the very latest. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Michael. From snow to ice and now rain, it has been a relentless week of winter weather that has made getting around almost impossible. A deep freeze pummeling the plains, creating chaos across the Midwest. Frozen roads too dangerous to travel, littered with crashes. Trucks swerving off-road, jackknifed, cars stuck in snowbanks. This morning, new video showing the dangers of icy conditions from the storm over the weekend. Watch as this oncoming car spins out in Wisconsin, this deputy leaping into the median, narrowly escaping. Dangerous travel conditions shutting down roads. In Colorado, parts of I-70 shut down in whiteout conditions. A 100-mile stretch of I-88 closing in Wyoming. In Kansas, a 19-year-old woman killed in an icy wreck after losing control of her car on the highway. The investigating trooper making an emotional plea.
It's devastating. It is. Please consider your safety in your travels.
This Delta plane hauled away by crews in Indiana after sliding off the icy taxiway during takeoff. And just a sign of how bad conditions are in some places, the airport in Detroit remains closed because of those icy conditions. Robin?
Yes, it does tell you how bad it is still. All right, Alex, thank you. And that storm is on the move, bringing snow and heavy rain to millions. Ginger, of course, tracking the latest. Good morning, Ginger.
Oh, Robin, it is bad. You see the Iowa State, Ames, Iowa, where that sheet of ice was then covered by snow. You look at Abilene, Kansas, where the spin-outs were happening, and now this is all moving east. So here's who needs to look out. Anybody highlighted on the map here. It's a lot of folks from Michigan up through the northeast of New England, even down to Birmingham, Alabama. Let me tell you why. Because the severe storm part of the forecast for tonight goes through the southeast. Then you go on the northern side and you have all of this warmth, all of the rain on top of, say, 2 feet of snow you got near Albany, and you have flood alerts that are all the way up. They're popping up from Philadelphia to New York. You're going to be very wet tomorrow morning. And then very cold again, George.
All right, so messy. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. We're going to go to Washington now for the latest on the government shutdown. 33 days in, no talks to break the stalemate. But the Senate will vote on dueling Republican and Democratic proposals tomorrow, just 1 day before federal workers will miss another paycheck. Our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, has the state of play on Capitol Hill. And Mary, these votes tomorrow may be just for show.
Yeah, George, exactly. And that's because while there is a renewed sense of urgency here this morning, neither side is backing down yet. So while we will see these votes on these two competing plans tomorrow, neither one is expected to pass. One of them is the president's proposed compromise. That would offer temporary protections for Dreamers in exchange for that $5.7 billion he's demanding for his wall. But critics say the bill also sharply weakens asylum system and would completely eliminate some countries from being offered temporary protections. George, the whole bill is a non-starter for Democrats. Now, the other plan is the Democrats' proposal that would temporarily reopen the government but would not provide any funding for the president's wall. That plan is a no-go with the president. So we're going to see some action here tomorrow. And while these votes will test the resolve of both parties, bottom line, no real progress here still. Michael?
All right, thank you, Mary. Hopefully one of those plans comes through, because there are hundreds of thousands of workers who are preparing to miss another paycheck. And there are new concerns about how the shutdown will affect your taxes, as more unpaid IRS employees are skipping work, and now the shutdown is putting some at risk of losing their homes. ABC's Steve Wilson-Sami has the latest. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Michael. We are live at the Martin Luther King Historic Site in downtown Atlanta, and for a while there, all of this was going to be closed on the King holiday this week because of the government shutdown, but a grant from Delta Airlines saved the day. Even so, that money is only good until February 3rd. Then all of these workers and this park will be out of a job and be closed. The top brass at the Coast Guard is now speaking out about service members without paychecks having to get their groceries at food banks.
I find it unacceptable that Coast Guard men and women have to rely on food pantries and donations to get through day-to-day life as service members.
Cordelia Prather in Montgomery County, Maryland, worries that she could be out on the streets because of the government shutdown. Her housing is subsidized by a federal grant that hasn't been paid since December.
I may be in line to become a homeless person again.
Many federal workers, some who are working for free, will miss their second paycheck this Friday. And from here on out, they have to pay their dental and vision insurance premiums out of their already empty pockets. Workers are starting to quit. This is the resignation letter from an air traffic controller in Madison, Wisconsin. Due to the financial hardship as a result of the government shutdown, I am forced to resign from my position and seek employment elsewhere. I hope for my coworkers and friends that this shutdown ends. Mia Williams and Jonna Frierson have each worked for the TSA for more than a decade. They can't pay the rent and are begging their utility companies to give them a break.
I absolutely love what I do there. And quitting my job right now, I cannot even fathom that. And like Mia said, you know, we're scared. We have families.
Some companies are trying to work with these government employees, but what we're hearing from many of them is that that's not always the case, and the bills are still due. George?
Thank you, Steve. And that's why a government shutdown has never been allowed to go on this long before. Thanks for that. A big open question in the wake of the shutdown: what will happen with the State of the Union? White House still wants to go ahead with the speech, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi could prevent the president from delivering it in the House, so the White House is preparing two different versions of the speech. Let's get more on all this from our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, George, good morning to you. Essentially, we're seeing a game of chicken here. Republicans want to force Speaker Pelosi to officially disinvite President Trump from delivering that speech in just 6 days. Now, in the event that happens, just as you said, the White House is now, we're told by sources, has prepared two different versions of a speech. One would be the traditional speech that he delivers before Congress. The other would allow essentially the president to go somewhere else and deliver this speech on the same night outside of Washington, likely at a rally or something like that. You'll remember that Speaker Pelosi had cited security concerns as one of the reasons for her saying the president should not deliver the speech on next Tuesday. The White House says they've spoken to the Secret Service, they've spoken to Homeland Security. They say those security concerns are completely unfounded. George, this morning, the ball is back in Speaker Pelosi's court.
Yeah, we're going to wait and see what she does. Meantime, Cecilia, you know, this has been now going on into its 33rd day. The president has been taking a fair amount of heat. New polls show he's bearing more of the blame. His approval rating going down, yet we hear the president thinks he's winning this. Do White House insiders agree?
Well, it depends on the day, George. It depends on the minute. What I can tell you is certainly there is frustration among the ranks here inside the White House. You got to remember, these are government workers who are also not getting paid either. This is certainly starting to wear on them. The president will be back out today trying to sell this. He'll be talking to state, local leaders. He's inviting conservatives here to the White House to talk about the shutdown, to talk about as well. He says Republicans aren't going to cave, George. We'll see.
We will be watching. See you. Thanks very much. Also in politics, another Democrat entering the race for president this morning. His name is Pete Buttigieg, wrapping up 8 years as mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Volunteered in Afghanistan while serving as mayor, also a Rhodes Scholar, openly gay. Buttigieg now the 9th Democrat to join the White House race, just 37 years old. And guess what, guys? He's not even the youngest Democrat running. Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii, a few months younger. So you got quite a range there. If Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders get in there, almost 40 years older.
And as you said, this list is going to continue to grow.
Could end up 2025.
Just started.
Thank you. Also in Washington, the Supreme Court has decided to allow the Trump administration's partial ban on transgender people in the military to go into effect for now, as appeals continue. The justices voted 5-4 in favor. The temporary move reverses a lower court order that had put that policy on hold. The Pentagon estimates nearly 9,000 service members identify as transgender. No immediate action is being taken against those serving right now. And turning now to that scare in the skies that brought one of the busiest airports in the country to a standstill, and flights in and out of Newark Airport stopped last night after a drone was spotted near the path of arriving flights. Our senior transportation correspondent, David Curley, he's all on top of this. And David, one pilot said they missed it by, 30 feet?
That was one of the reports, Robin, which delayed thousands of passengers, including this one. And this morning, authorities are trying to find the person responsible for putting a drone reportedly in an extremely dangerous place.
The search for that culprit and new questions this morning after the drone scare wreaked havoc here at Newark Airport.
There's some drone activity on the final, and it's at a critical point.
2 different crews spotting the drone flying close to nearby Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, and that is right on the arrival path of planes to Newark. The drone violating 2 laws. It was seen at 3,500 feet. That's 8 times higher than the 400-foot maximum for flight, and too close to an airport, breaking the regulation to stay 5 miles away.
Missed the drone by about 30 feet off our right wing.
Officials put a hold on arriving aircraft while other planes were diverted or held at their point of departure, a ground stop at one of the nation's busiest airports, impacting thousands of travelers. This video demonstrating the damage a drone might cause if it hit a jetliner.
Pilot got on and basically said, there's been a drone flying over Newark, and we're going to be in a holding pattern for some amount of time.
According to the FAA, there were well over 2,000 reported drone sightings by U.S. pilots last year.
Now, this report comes just a month after we had all those ground sightings in London and shut down an airport for a couple of days. The word we're hearing from the biggest drone maker is that was hysteria in London, and they are questioning whether or not the pilots here actually saw a drone. From the biggest drone maker, that is. Back to you, Michael.
All right, thank you, David. Definitely a safety concern. And now to a health alert about a measles outbreak in the Pacific Northwest. There are now 23 confirmed cases, most of them affecting children 10 years and under, and most of those children were not vaccinated. ABC's Janae Norman is here with the details on this story. Good morning, Janae.
Guys, good morning. So officials have declared a public health emergency in Clark County near the Washington-Oregon border, the epicenter of the newest measles outbreak. Children are particularly hard hit. Of the 23 confirmed cases you mentioned, 18 are in children 10 years and under. Officials have already identified dozens of public places where people may have been exposed and say part of the cause for concern is the low vaccination rate in the area. Of those diagnosed so far, 20 were not vaccinated. This latest outbreak comes after the CDC reported 349 confirmed cases across 26 states last year, the second most in nearly 2 decades.
So how contagious is this?
Okay, so consider this. On average, one person with measles can infect 12 to 18 others, and the infectious droplets can remain in the air for about 2 hours. So that means you can become infected without personal contact, and that is why officials are so strongly urging everyone get vaccinated. The CDC says it is 97% effective. on those who get the recommended 2 doses, and that it can help even 72 hours after exposure. So a couple days after being exposed, you can still be covered.
It's not too late. Yeah, if you don't get a vaccination, you're putting others at risk. That's the point.
Absolutely.
People need to remember that.
Thank you, Janae.
All right. Now to the reaction coming in to the Oscar nominations. A diverse group of movies recognized, and some making history, like Black Panther, the first superhero film ever nominated for Best Picture. Eva Pilgrim is here with that. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Robin. The nominations are in, and you know, everyone has an opinion on the list. Who racked up, who got snubbed? This morning, the stars react. Melissa McCarthy posted this celebratory video alongside co-star Richard E. Grant, nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and the film's director, Marielle Heller. Heller did not receive a nomination for Best Director. In fact, women were shut out of the category altogether.
Maybe it's time to let the old ways down.
Another surprise omission from that category, Bradley Cooper, even though he was nominated for Best Actor for A Star is Born, along with Sam Elliott for Best Supporting Actor. And Lady Gaga for Best Actress and Songwriter. Cooper was shut out for director. But perhaps the biggest surprise of this year's Oscars, Crazy Rich Asians getting no love from the Academy.
You're like the Prince William of Asia.
That's ridiculous. Much more of a Harry.
The critical and commercial hit winding up with 0 nominations. But this year, the Academy did seem to make strides in recognizing black films and filmmakers.
I never yielded! And as you can see, I am not dead!
Black Panther, the $700 million juggernaut making history, becoming the first superhero movie to be nominated for Best Picture.
I'm not risking my life to prevent some rednecks from lighting a couple sticks on fire.
Prolific director Spike Lee, the mind behind BlacKkKlansman, garnering his first nomination for Best Director. If he wins, he would become the first black recipient in that category's history. And for the first time, 2 Mexican women getting nods for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress in the Netflix film Roma. And you can watch to see who takes the Oscar February 24th right here on ABC. You're not going to make everyone happy.
Never. Okay, Eva, thanks very much. Now to that stunning loss for Serena Williams at the Australian Open. Just 1 point away from winning her quarterfinal match. Called for that foot fault. Everything started to go wrong from there. Lost 6 straight games to Karolina Pliskova. Late in the match, we also saw her roll her left ankle, but Serena did not blame the loss on her injury. Said her ankle's fine. Maybe I'll feel it tomorrow.
Oh, I feel it right now.
Even if she had won the match, that still would have been tough to come back and play the next match when you roll your ankle like that.
Yeah, it looked really, really painful. But she had a lot of chances.
Yeah, she did.
She did. Okay, let's go back to Ginger.
And I got to show you these images, guys, out of Niagara Falls. Just starting to freeze over. It takes that severe cold, which we're going to see more of, and I will show you that. But there's that frozen image just to kind of not warm you up on this morning, because I don't want you to think tomorrow, oh, good, we're in the 50s or 40s. Look at the cold coming. This is Friday morning wind chills. 21 below is what it'll feel like in Chicago. 27 below in Des Moines. It gets even uglier by the end of the weekend and early next week, especially in the Northern Plains and Great Lakes. Sorry. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the Sunny City, sponsored by Tide Pods.
Hey, buddy, we'd love some help with laundry. Here's how you do it. Spray and scrub anything with a stain. Soak your nasty jersey. It stinks. Wash the really dirty clothes separately. Remember, hard work builds character.
New Tide Pods with upgraded 4-in-1 technology unleash a foolproof clean in 1 step.
Oh, you did the laundry.
But you didn't fold it.
Oh, that wasn't in the note. You should have sent a text.
For a powerful clean in 1 step, it's got to be Tide.
You'll still need the coat heading out the door this morning. It just won't be as bundled up. Maybe you can get by without the gloves and even without the umbrella. Here's what's on tap for later today. Rising temperatures after a cold start around freezing. We'll get up to about 45 to 46 degrees by 6 o'clock. Expect fog. Expect most of those showers to come later in the day. But heavy rain for the morning rush tomorrow has us under a flood watch starting at 4 a.m. The entire area could see more than an inch of rain. Falling temperatures from the 50s to the 40s to the 30s tomorrow.
There's one thing about having a snorkel in the middle of winter and diving in. Check this out in Switzerland. Yeah, just taking a little swim. Oh, see, just reading and, you know, just go for a big and in you go.
guess he was bored. Had nothing to do.
One way of looking at it.
He's an Olympic freestyle skier, apparently.
All his friends in New York will be calling back to Switzerland. Hey, we saw you at GMA.
Yes.
Thank you, Ginge. Coming up, how police finally found that 23-year-old missing for days after leaving a bar in Boston. The new surveillance image the night she disappeared, and the suspect that is now heading to court. We'll have those details ahead.
I hear it in the back.